Doesn't come out.
Huh. Does anybody remember if we're mixing do you remember what we mixed for the shadows for blue and the shadows for yellow? What do you think we mixed for the shadow for red?
Oh, the color wheel again. So that would be purple and
No. Well,
No,
okay. So
green.
yeah.
green and yellow.
Green and red, right? Green is the complement to red. So green is what we're going to practice with today. But we'll start, and of course, as always, we're going to start with the black and white. And if you're working in watercolor, my advice to you is to work as we draw out these reflections. You're going to reserve these and not paint anything in them, these little spots here that are white. So the idea with watercolor, we might emphasize them with a little gouache if we feel like we want to get more light on there. But the real key is to try and keep these areas that I've just drawn in pencil, maybe this one too, light, right? We're just not going to put any color there at all. If we were working in acrylic or oil, we would be doing something different. We would be putting a darker color underneath and a lighter color. So hold on, just like, I am going to absolutely ignore the top and the bottom here. You guys are welcome to put in as much as you want. Looks like my Wi-Fi is not great.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes. We also have new people staying in the house, so it's possible that they are causing problems. No, I think it's just bad internet tonight. So here, hold on. Oh, yes. We're going to start as usual, kind of drawing our line, our vertical line to the midsection of the teapot. And then I'm going to find my halfway point. You can see that I'm doing this kind of by guessing. You could totally use a ruler if you wanted to, but that kind of gets you into a numbers headspace, and the numbers headspace isn't necessarily easier. I'm trying to get you into a visual headspace where you can kind of see by holding up your fingers like this. Yeah, this is the halfway point. And then of course, I'm going to find the halfway of each halfway. Yep. Here we are. And then we will draw at the halfway point a line across the middle. So one of the things to observe is that at the first quarter, here we are. This is really easy to see. I'll take a picture of this in a minute so you guys can really see it. At the first quarter is the lid of the teapot, kind of right at the top edge of where the spout starts is the halfway point. And the bottom kind of lines up a little bit below the spout. So the spout is contained between here and here. Those two lines. Let me take a picture just in case my internet goes again. Oops. There we are. So if my internet goes again.
What kind of internet do you have?
I have the best internet that you can get in town. It's just sometimes at this time, it gets hinky. I don't know when.
Because so many people are on it.
I think so. I think so.
So you're on cable.
I
Everyone's
have
watching.
cable, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that
So-
can get.
It can get kind of hinky. But I mean, I have boosters in every room and I do what I can. So if I look at the width of this teapot at the halfway point, I can see it's almost as tall. It goes up to about here. When I'm drawing my teapot. So as I start to draw my teapot, I'm going to randomly assign. I think I'm going to make my teapot go a little bit lower. I think I want the bottom to be closer. Here we go. Yep. I can absolutely tell that this is going to be bigger. Doesn't matter. I can make this line as long or short as I want it to. Does not matter at all. As long as proportionally things are the same, you can. So as long as things match with my halfway and my quarter points, and this proportion matches to this proportion, I'm doing okay. So you guys as well can find your vertical distance, your halfway points. A little bit. Observe, I'm not always right when I do it the first time. Sometimes I have to do it a couple of times to really be able to, yeah, that's right. So this is a vertical line drawn into, divided into quarters. And at the halfway point, which doesn't really include the teapot, the handle, or the spout, we're going to add those in later. But, you know, is the width of the pot. Once again, if I run this line, I can see, oh gosh, even higher. I can see that the width of this teapot is almost as wide as the length. I'll make a little orange mark so you can see the height, the proportional height of the teacup, of the width of the teacup compared to the height. It's almost as wide. So when I come here, I can mark that. See how I'm marking right here with my pencil, that width at the halfway point. Marking it here. Here. Now let me check again. Yep, that's the height. And then let's see, are these the same size? Not quite. This should be a little bit bigger than this. So you see how I'm scooting this over just a little bit? Same size. Yep. So this size is slightly less wide than this side. So go ahead and show me your, I guess this is your little proportional grid. And once we do that, we'll move on to the drawing. How's everybody doing tonight?
Okay,
Good,
That
good.
didn't
I went to my first art show in a long while. So
Yeah, whose was it?
he was this African American artist. He takes scrap metal and old instruments and puts them into and creates like this New Orleans jazzy kind of jazz-esque sculpture-esque type of thing.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he was there. I met him. I talked to him.
Okay, you said was, so I was like, what happened to him?
Yeah, no, he's still alive.
Cool, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Diana, that didn't sound like a very convincing, yeah. Long day,
It has been a long day.
a long day. I can hear it. Okay. Well, let's
Uh,
make this a good day.
But I went to the office and that's fun.
Yeah. Your new
It's-
office.
Yeah. I'm starting, I've been, what's the most important thing to do in your new office? Hanging pictures. I've been hanging pictures today.
Hanging pictures, like the
Yeah.
painting that we looked at last week.
Yeah, but other pictures, of course. So I've hanged pictures in the hallway and it's fun.
Nice.
It's starting to look nice.
It's starting to become a thing.
Yeah. And I'm mixing the old classical pictures with the modern days.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
I really like hanging pictures.
I mean, it makes the difference.
Yeah. It does.
Between a good and a good and a bad, a good and a bad, like it's a luxury, really is what it is. It's a luxury to have art hanging. How nice. You guys let me know when you send your measurements in, when you've got them, Mariana and Paul, so I can see them.
This is the most annoying thing that ever happens with my computers is that it just drops pictures. It keeps on dropping them.
Really?
Yeah. So
report looks great, Paul. Looks great. Mariana, are you there? Perfect measurements.
they're gone
Yeah.
again.
Send it over.
Hate this. All right.
I like catching you guys at this point because we can make corrections if we need to.
Yeah, I'm correcting my fruit.
Exactly.
But it's getting a little bit better.
Oh, and I made my teapot just a little too long. I'm gonna have to. This is mine. I can already tell. Okay, Mariana, going too fast, honey. Erase it. Sorry. Erase it.
Slowly?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, erase. Well, erase. No, not totally. I want to see these lines first. I know you're like, screw that. The lines are so boring. Why do I have to put them in? But you're not going to get the shape of this right if you don't have the lines, if you don't have the proportions correct. So don't rush. You don't have this right at all, in the right place at all. You don't have the width of this correct. You don't have the shape of this correct. You're just guessing and you missed it. So erase.
No. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you. We'll get there. Don't race ahead. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but if you want to do this, if you want to learn how to be a better drawer, this is what you got to do. Once you have your measurements correct, let's look at a couple of things. Number one, from this halfway point here, we've got a kind of curved line that goes down to about here. And then a straight line across. And then we have a line that kind of comes straight down like this. And then over. So it's a straight line. Straight line. That's because between here and here is where the teapot, what do you call it, spout is. You can see it between 1/2 and 3/4. And this has a particular, actually, really, it kind of curves around like that. Also, there's a little flat area at the bottom, and then it kind of curves up. But to get that, you got to get your proportions right. We can look at the top here. So we can see that the bottom of the lid is right here at the 1/4 point.
Are we gonna have enough room for that, for the handle?
I don't know. You tell me. I do. I measured.
Oh, great.
I do.
Well, okay, it'll probably just have to go out or,
Or you can redraw it another direction, going horizontal. Yeah, you haven't gotten very far yet, I presume.
no.
Watch this. Mariana, I want you to watch this. It's not your idea of what this teacup is doing. It's actually what the teacup is doing. Right here. Right. Yep, see, I fall prey to it too. Like a little straight line down, a straight line over, and then a slightly curved line to match there. On this side, it's a straight line down, straight line out, and then a kind of slightly curved line down to here. I might correct this a little bit, but I basically know that these things are in the right places. Just to like really hit this point home, look at the difference between this shape and this shape. You can see them, they're right next to each other. In the last 1/4.
Oh, sunshine.
Right, this is the shape of the teapot top. It's not round. It's actually a series of straight lines that kind of continually angle out. I want to double check and see, do I have the length of this right? It's like, oh, interesting. Huh. I don't have this long enough. Here we go. This teapot lid is much wider than you think it is. I'm using this line to measure just how wide. It's up like more than halfway. Yeah. So it actually kind of comes out more like this. There we go. So don't make the same mistake I did.
We want to be as good as you are.
What's that?
We want to be as good as you are.
Well, I'm just teaching them technique. This is all technique. You know, good is such a subjective term.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to know how to look at things and draw them actually as they are. It's a sign of respect for the thing that you're drawing.
Respect the pot.
Respect everything, right? Respect it all. Yeah, I think everything deserves to be seen for how it really is and not how we think it is. I absolutely think that's true. So get to here, and then we'll talk. Okay, let's see, Mariana. Mariana, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Mariana, number 1, we need to go back to your basic measurements. I want you to really look at this, okay? Draw your top, draw your bottom, find your halfway point. You don't have that right now. You have put your halfway point kind of somewhere, you put your bottom like somewhere here. So that's why I'm like, don't put the sides, get rid of the sides, okay? And show me these, I want you to, I'm gonna show you the drawing I want you to give me first, because if you don't have this drawing, you can't get this shape. Erase the lines and take a look at this here. This is where you need to be. This is what you need to get right. What I just sent across. You need to draw a vertical line. You need to divide it into 4 sections, equal sections. Use a ruler. If you can't figure, if you're having trouble with that, let me know and I'll show you how to do it. But you need to divide this into 2 sections, and the halfway point, you're going to draw your line across, and the halfway point is going to be almost the same height, width as the height at the halfway point. So get that grid first. Otherwise, you're gonna be lost. I can see you're lost. Paul, let's see. Paul, I
reading-
can't see the top of you need to send me your drawing so I can see the whole line.
Hold
See
on, I
this
redid
and
it.
this.
Let me send you the,
Okay, let me see. So 1, 2, 1. So Paul, this width at the halfway point
yeah,
needs to be higher. It's almost the same as the height.
oh, you're right, yeah.
You have it at 3/4. Look at it, it's almost up to the very top of your height, just a little bit below. You also have your lid going below, the top
Yeah,
of your lid going below your quarter point. That's not where the lid is, it's above. So, but mainly this width isn't correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
I had a student once who wouldn't send me her work at all. And then she would give me this little, and then the drawing would be kind of a disaster. And she would kind of cry and ask me to help her, like at the very end of class. And I finally said, if you're not going to listen to my instructions, I'm not going to let you, tell me right before the end of class to fix your drawing, fix your painting, fix your drawing. Can't do that to me. I'm giving you the information you need.
Did she stay in class?
She did. She listened. She realized it was kind of obnoxious to be like, help me, not listen to anything I said and then ask me to help her right before class. She's still in class.
Good.
Okay, let's see. Paul, draw your halfway point across here and take this in sections. Do your bottom half first. And then your top.
Yeah, I think that when I redid it, that's what the integrity got.
Yeah. So, and if you want to draw these little lines to kind of show you can draw these little lines down to show you where the edges of the lid are. So remember, I've told you guys that the pieces of the shape. Right, this shape should also kind of be happening. This shape. We break things apart and put them back together, break them apart, put them back together. break them apart, put them back together. So this shape should also kind of integrally match this shape. There. That'll help you adjust things. I just adjusted this.
Yeah, that definitely created a lot better, the perspective.
It
Up
helped
here.
you understand where things are relative to other things, right?
Yeah, I can,
Yeah.
it gives me,
You can see it. You can see it now. This is what we call like establishing a set of points, right? I've established these points, and then I use them to determine where everything else is. Right? We're using them.
Okay.
At first, it feels like an exhaustive process, and then later you're like, how can anybody do this without knowing where things are? We'll miss your roadmap. Takes a while to get into the thinking. It's like this is a puzzle, and we're breaking it up and putting it together in different shapes and pieces. I have to think about, when I'm drawing this section, I have to think about this section and this section. I've got to think about this compared to that. Got to think about a lot of things. So when you think you have this shape, send it over, and then we'll move on. Please do not add the spout or the handle until you've got this shape correct. But observe where the spout and the handle are. The spout starts at the halfway point and ends before this next quarter point. The handle, the right edge of the handle starts at the halfway point. The other one comes down here. Let's see. Oh, that's coming along nicely. I like I'm trying to decide if there's anything else you should do to it, Diana. I'm not sure.
The leaves doesn't look like real leaves.
Well, just get more of the lights and darks in.
Yeah.
But I like your line. I like look at how Diana has the reflection of the orange in her grapefruit. Because that, of course, is what's happening. She also has little bits of blue and little bits of green.
someone
Right,
wants to say hello.
Hi, Coco. Hi, Coco. Brr. Brr.
You know why she's licking her, whenever she likes something, she thinks it's like a treat. So that means she likes you.
Oh, hi, Coco.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I decided to do the reflections, and I
Yeah.
even have a little bit of orange reflection in the lime fruit.
Mm-hmm. I like it. It's working. Are you not liking it?
Yeah, no,
I like it.
I like the glow.
Yeah,
Especially
essentially, you're exaggerating what's already there. You're
Yeah.
kind of you're saturating that color a little bit more than is there, which is nice.
I did.
Yeah. Anybody have this shape yet? You think you're there?
Awesome.
Almost. I will. If you want to stop for a second, I'm going to show you guys how to locate. Your spouts and your handle. You know me, I'm all about the measurement. So the first thing I want to do is find out how far out this goes from, say, the middle. So now that I've drawn this shape, here I can measure it. Use my vertical. I can see that here is the width from the bottom of the teapot to where the spout comes. So I can actually mark that. I'm gonna go straight up. So I know my teapot spout doesn't really go any further than this. Here's my boundary. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side here from the bottom of the teapot. It's like almost a halfway point. I'm right here on the edge. Just made it. And then I bring it up. So now I know that my spout comes out to here and my handle comes out to here. Everybody, you want me to repeat that? You guys tell me if you want me to repeat that.
Yes, please.
Okay, you're watching this time?
I was, yeah.
Okay, so I drew a line straight down from the outside edge of my handle, right? Here we go. Line straight down. When I hit the bottom of the teapot, I draw a line straight across. I'm creating a negative space. I did the same thing over here, down and over. So now I can measure here from the edge of the teapot out to here, because that's as far out as I'm going to go. And I can compare it to my vertical line. You can see that it comes up to about here. If I measure this line, which I got by going straight down, here. Yep. It's the same over here. I went straight down to find the outside edge, the farthest distance to the left that my handle is going to go. And then I drew a line straight across so I can measure this line from the edge of the teapot out. It's like less than half, a little bit less than half. See that? I know some other things as well. I can see that my spout on this side starts at the halfway point and ends below, just before the quarter point. So it's contained in here. I can see that it lines up with this edge. So in reality, I could create a little box and draw two. Negative spaces. Right, to get this sort of relative edge of where my teapot is. I bet none of you have ever come remotely, I bet those of you beginners have never come remotely close to getting these teapot things in the right place. So you can see how I used negative space, still tweaking it a little bit to help me. And I could do the same thing over here. I can see that at the halfway point, this is where my handle actually starts. Actually, down here is the other edge of the handle. And I can come up like that. Let's see, how high does this go? This goes, go to draw a line. Comes up to the top. There's a little box here too. A little mechanism through the lid. You can see there's a light edge that goes around this side. It kind of comes up and in with that. I can see that this part here is darker. And I can adjust this. As I need. I can also use this negative space to help me get that shape right. If you feel like, oh, wow, I totally messed that up. I put that in the wrong place completely. Just looking. Here we go. It comes down like this. There we go. Please don't erase your lines unless you have everything in the right places. Keep your lines in. Do not erase them. You will lose them. And then you'll be one of those people that says to me, I don't understand why I didn't get my teapot right. 5 minutes before class ends. You don't want to be that person. Really, Diana, those look really great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really does. I don't really think you need to do that much else.
I'm working on the leaves a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too much.
Okay.
Next, let me send you a picture of this so you can really see this up close. Teapots are hard. They have a lot of moving parts. That's why they're a great exercise.
After this, I might try to tackle the sheep again.
Aren't they done?
No.
One of those nights, huh?
Yeah.
How's it going, Paul? How's it going, Mariana? You guys getting there
Yeah.
slowly? Will it help if I turn this upside down?
I'm actually going off the picture, so I'll turn the picture upside down. That might,
That's my point.
okay,
That's
yeah,
what I was
that
planning on
could
doing.
work.
Would it help? All right, we're gonna do it. Go ahead. This helps. Help me also kind of troubleshoot. Why does this help? It helps because it's easier to see shapes just as shapes. Like, this is interesting. This should come down a little bit more. I'm seeing that like this is too wide. See if I can get this right. Oh yeah, there we go.
Ahí está. Sí, me entendí.
Yeah. There we go. Well, you guys have just convinced me that we're totally gonna do Teapots and beginning drawing. So I think this is definitely something that will take some time. It's worth it to take a little time to learn.
Are we in beginner's drawing not right now?
We definitely are, but like we're in a class where technically we should be adding paint to it. But yeah, I'd say most people in this class are beginners. Not you, but I would say a lot of people in this class are beginning drawers. But I mean, I have a beginning drawing class on Saturdays, and I think we're definitely going to use this teapot in that.
Actually started the video on one of those the
Beginning drawing classes.
the 3D model, yeah. And then I got as far as the beginning 10 minutes and I stopped.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
Why did you stop?
It was like Saturday, like afternoon, and I had some things I needed to take care of. So I said, I'll go, and I just never got back around to it. So
Yeah. Notice I'm kind of correcting little pieces of this. To help kind of correct my shape, I'm actually finding it really helpful for that.
One leaf looks so funny.
Not bad, Paul. Not bad at all. Yep, Proportions look great. You're doing great. Ah, Mariana, that looks much better. Much, much better. Look at the difference. You can actually see your lines, right? Where you were off, you can see them. This is so much better. 1, 2, yep, 1, 2. Yep, excellent. Proportions are perfect. Notice that this handle starts at the halfway point and ends like halfway down this quarter. You have it too thin, right? It should be starting here, ending about here. Other than that, so this spout is super hard to get right. I might break it into a couple pieces for you. Here's shape 1. Here's shape 2, right? This is kind of a square. This is kind of a cylinder, and this is a tiny little piece. So you'll want to, although Mariana, excellent work in terms of getting everything in the right places. Bravo. So if you want to, you can kind of create that same break. So here it's like almost a rectangle. Here is where the biggest curve comes and it gets narrower. And then here, it's kind of this little skinny spout. Then of course we have to have the fun of putting in. Good job. By the way, great job, Mariana. Really good. Good job, Paul. You guys are doing good. Super. I know, measuring, no fun. One day you're going to come to me and say, and I can also use this to add in my white reflective areas. Right now, I'm just kind of sketching them like this. Nope, goes down lower.
I sent you my latest version.
I think it looks great. I think you're done.
Okay,
Honestly.
on to the next one.
Yep, on to the next one. Exactly. All right. There's these lovely little like reflective shapes. There's this super dark spot here, kind of dark shadow under the lid. So go ahead and add those in because we're gonna just kind of paint around them. There's kind of a little bit of a line here, here, then there's this. By the way, where's the light coming from? Oh, it's probably not a fair question to ask when we're looking at this upside down. Never mind. I'll ask you that in a minute. I think there are reflections here, and you're welcome to sketch them in, but they aren't completely light. So they're kind of more like a medium. So if you want to, you can add those in too. And if you also want to, you can kind of add in the dark areas too.
Hey, sunshine. Hey, sunshine.
We might as well work upside down. It's kind of working for us. You can See, it's working for people. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of this. Go ahead and add your reflective edges and right on time.
Shh.
I find it so fascinating how even, go ahead and send that over, guys, when you're done. And then we'll talk about color mixing. I love how even just adding, Danny, yeah, that looks so pretty. It looks great. You should cover your house with photos with paintings of your citrus fruits. It's really pretty. Super cheering.
It is cheery. It is very cheerful. And it's so much fruit right now, so it's nice. And all the flowers are budding, so soon it's fruit and flowers at the same time.
Wonderful. I bet it smells heavenly.
Yes, it does. But my dog is being demanding. She wants me to herself.
As always.
So that's a warm red.
It
layout.
definitely is.
So like cadmium red or quin red?
We'll get there. Show me your drawing. I'm not convinced you're ready for that yet.
So
One step at a time.
I sent it to you, so.
Oh, Sunny, no. Do you need to go out?
Also, I believe you probably
I
know
don't
the
need
answer
to
to
go
that
out.
question.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's cadmium red.
Mariana, bravo! This is gonna be a badass painting. You're gonna
I
love
always
this.
mess it up with the colors, so don't get the hope so high.
I think it looks great. Paul, where is yours?
I sent it to you? I thought I sent it to you.
No, you didn't. It's gonna be a wonderful painting. Already so. So go ahead, Mariana. Now you can erase those pesky lines. All these bloody lines. Guidelines, our guidelines, which we love, but then we want to get rid of. If we were painting in acrylic or oil, we wouldn't have to worry so much about this step. I'm gonna take this again. But with watercolor, you can see the pencil lines, so you do want to kind of get rid of anything extra once you've stretched your drawing, once you've gotten your drawing out.
Look who's visiting.
Hi, son. Oh, Julia. We haven't seen you in a long time.
No, she gets so nervous with the dog around.
Hi, sweetheart. Yeah. How are you? All right. Yeah, let's talk color. So, Paul, I believe you have answered your own question, but let's ask it again. Observe, by the way, I've got a little bit of extra here where I can test my colors. I'm going to even push this up. As usual, we're going to be flexible about our backgrounds. And hold on. So, Paul, what was your question again?
I said, is it a warm or a cool red?
Well, what do you think?
I think it's a warm red.
Which means?
Which means
Which red?
cadmium red.
Yeah. See, the answers are within you. You've got them. So yeah, this is definitely a warm red. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this to stay. There we go. I have inadequate tape. I have Gorilla tape. It's not very good for this. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a little water and clean out my pans so that I've got clean color. And then I'm going to make sure I have Viridian green. Do you guys both have Viridian green and cadmium red?
Yeah.
Do you, Mariana? I forget. I think you do. So the secret with mixing, oh, there you go, Paul. That looks pretty great. That looks excellent, actually. Really good drawing. The secret with mixing is always to not overdo it. So as usual, I have my favorite painting brush here, which is this. It's about a little less, it's like half an inch. And definitely I'm going to use cadmium red, perhaps even with a touch of yellow in it for the light side. See how I can test up here and see how my colors are going to be working. Definitely cadmium red is the red. But I'm going to start by mixing my shadow colors. So I'm going to take a very tiny bit of Viridian green. You can see I've got it over here. And I'm going to pull just a little bit into my red. If I take too much green like this, actually, it still looks pretty nice. You can see, even with a lot of green, I still get this kind of rich, kind of muddy burgundy red, which I think is really quite beautiful. Oh yeah, and actually, if you notice, this color looks a lot like the color of the shadow. By the way, what direction is the light coming from?
Front left.
Yep, exactly. So kind of down here. kind of going around the edges here, just where it's darkest, which is kind of around this outside edge. Kind of right here. Definitely right here. In fact, this is so dark, I can actually keep layering in green till I have something that looks almost black. There's also a shadow under here. About like this. I don't know if you guys can see all these. So let me know if you can't, and I will send you the pictures. And then of course there's this super dark area right here. So notice I don't spend a lot of time. I'm noticing my drawing is wrong, so I'm going to come in here. Try to correct everything. Notice that this dark shape doesn't really come all the way up. It stops about here. And then I have a lighter shape coming in. I think that's it. So that's really where the darkest parts of this painting are. And if you get dark in, your reds are going to look very, very bright and beautiful. Practice, test them here. If I want to make this a little bit redder, I can do that on the top if I feel like, this is like too, see, I can add a little bit on the top to make it a little bit redder. I actually don't want to do that. I kind of like this dark. Oh, but definitely this first layer is so beautiful. You guys did a freaking awesome job under Teapots. I'm impressed. Really good. We already know these are going to be good paintings because the drawings are excellent. Diana, what do you think? Look at their teapots.
Yep.
They did good, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Did
And
excellent.
I like that you worked on an upside down, because that really,
I think that helped get the shapes right. Yeah, I agree.
I'm pondering if I'm gonna do the teapot, not that I feel like doing it.
Do it, do it. Oh my God, yes, do it.
Oh, maybe.
I think it'll be a good, like, teapots are comforting the way citrus fruit is comforting. I really think so, don't you? Like, it's a
But
very comforting.
I can't just do comfort food.
Now, why not? It's the comfort season. Let's be comfortable.
Yeah, maybe.
Leah, what,
Yeah.
how do you do the third color at the right?
That one?
Yeah.
That was just a test. Don't worry about this right now.
Okay.
There is a little bit of yellow in my red, but we're not really focusing on that. We're really focusing on this color, this bricky kind of dark red, which has a little bit of green in it. Do you want me to mix it again to show you?
I'm going to show you what I have.
Okay. And
I think I'm okay with the brown, but with the red, I'm kind of far away.
well, we haven't gotten to the red yet. You should only be doing your darks. Work on your darks. Your shadow areas, don't do the rest of it until you get those darks.
I'm noticing that there's a big difference between the red on the bottom and the red.
Okay,
on-
yeah, Mariana, I don't see any green in your red.
I didn't.
Okay, so I want you to watch me. All right, watch.
Yeah.
This is cadmium red, right
Ah,
here.
I don't
Okay,
have that one. That's a problem.
vermilion,
I was using vermilion. Yeah, exactly.
vermilion. So you use vermilion. Do you have viridian green?
I have
What green do you have?
hooker's green.
Oh God, that terrible green. Is that the only green you have?
No, and I have sap green and
Oh,
Oh, that's your other favorite.
the worst, the two worst colors in the planet. Hookers is
Uh,
okay. Use
leaf
some
green.
hookers.
I have leaf green.
Yeah, leaf green. No, that's not gonna work. Give yourself some hookers green. So you can see I've got a little green closest is to hookers green. I've got it over here. And I'm gonna mix it in with my red to make my shadow color, which is what is here. It's green goes in with your vermilion to make this beautiful, rich dark. Whatever you did, you didn't get it. Not with
No,
the
I didn't
colors
do
that-
anything. I
What's
just,
that?
I didn't mix anything. I was just.
Right. Oh, you were just showing me your reds, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So try mixing that in. It is an absolutely beautiful color. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like a funky, like burgundy-ish, kind of a rich, dark color. I start with the darks in watercolor because then I know that if I go too dark, I have the opportunity to fix it.
This went to cherry, so I'm sure I'm doing something wrong.
Did you put green in?
Yeah, I did. That
Put a
looks
little
like
bit more,
cherry.
put a little bit more green in. More green? Is that helping?
A little bit.
Although cherry sounds really pretty. Cherry like a dark burgundy cherry?
Like a very dark cherry, yes. Like
Yeah, that's what that's
actually like
supposed to
wine.
be. That's what it's supposed to be.
It's like wine or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good color. Put a test on your paper to see how it looks. Sometimes you can't tell from the mixing until the mix itself. You've got to actually put it on the paper and see what it does. Do you like it? And Paul, you too, send your mixes over. Let me see them.
Oh God, I already, yeah, I'll send you my mixes. It's okay.
Okay. Why am I doing this again?
It's cute. Oh yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. You have almost exactly the same color that I do right here, Mariana. Don't you worry, you got it. Paul, good. Okay, so now lay in exactly where I have. You'll see these are the dark areas of the teapot. So go ahead and lay them in just in the darkest areas of the teapot.
No, I think I made a mistake, but let me show you what I did.
Mhm.
I think the dark is too brown.
Well, just take a little water. You want a little dark.
Okay, let me water it down.
Yeah, just take a little water and water it down a little bit. And you can put a little red in your brush and brush it in on top.
That's a good idea.
Also, Paul, really look at the shapes that I've got here. You're
Oh,
like,
I was gonna fill that in.
okay, but okay, so I think you're in good shape. Don't worry. Going to dark, and this is why we go dark first, because you went in the darkest areas, therefore it's less likely to be problematic. It'll be more interesting to see how we go lighter. Let's see my- Yeah, I think you'll be in good shape, actually, Paul. Oh, what's going on here? Come on, stop shaking. Sometimes my computer gets confused about what to focus on. There we go. Yep. So I like this red, this cadmium red. I'm laying a little bit down. Yeah, I think I may have to go over and darken my dark more. So you can see I'm laying my red down. It's just plain red, vermilion, cadmium. And it's a little bit more watery. And notice I'm going around the light areas, which I've spelled out. So I'm just avoiding getting paint on those at all. Right? Adding this in here. I'm almost feeling, I want a little bit of more, I'm adding a touch of yellow to my red. And I'm using water to lighten it a little bit. I might have used the wrong side of my paper. It's weird. My paper is behaving kind of strangely.
I can see it there.
So as you come across, as you're laying in your red, which maybe you put a little yellow in, maybe you just keep on its own. Make sure you're testing it to make sure it's not too dry. I'm also avoiding the light areas on the light side. And when I can, I'm kind of blending in a little bit.
Okay, I did a 5-minute painting.
How did it turn out?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to it, but I did like just a 5-minute painting.
So do you see how I'm kind of skipping over these light areas? Just going around them.
Sunny. There you go.
Oh, it's cute. Very cute. It's super cute.
It needs corrections, I know that, but
I actually think it's kind of perfect, just the way it is.
I did it with like this big painting brush. So I did it with
Nice. I love it, Diana. It's very
and
cute.
on a small plate, on a small canvas.
Super cute. You might find that as you're working, adding in your regular red with no green in it, that you have to go back and darken. That's what I'm finding here. Your darks, which is okay. And then you guys, once you get in, here's where the fun begins. And I stop telling you what to do and I just start making suggestions. You can do whatever you want for your background. Take your leaf green, your viridian green, whatever. Make a kind of random background. Make it blue if you want to. You can do whatever you want with your background. I'm kind of mixing this green because I like the way the green and the red look. Normally I'd be kind of a stickler and say, mix red with your green, but I don't even care. You've done like a great job kind of following the directions. So now I want you to just do what you want to do. You can add in these leaves if you want. I don't think I really want to. I might. I like turquoise. So wait, do I have any turquoise right now? I put a little, see how nice and kind of splashy and loose that looks, but because my teapot is sitting so pretty, I don't really have to worry. Right. Hello, turquoise. Let's see, where can I put you? Right here. This is kind of this sort of crazy turquoisey blue color, which I'm going to use for my ground here. And then, like, let's go back to it. Let's go back to our charcoal pencils, our pastel pencils. I've got a pastel pencil here. I could add some texture, right? Oh my God, look how pretty that looks. Right, just like that. You want to wait to with your pencils until things are dry, but they won't take very long to dry. I really like how a charcoal pencil looks. Let's see if I got some, or even just a piece of charcoal. So excited at this point. I'm like, there we go, right? That's a nice line. Maybe I want to do a contour line. See how that kind of solidifies my squishy watercolor lines, which are great, but and then the other thing I'm going to do, because I kind of messed up, I kind of made my handle a little too dark, is I'm going to try to correct that. But look at how these nice lights kind of sit on this. See how I'm even just adding a few charcoal lines here to have this sitting on a table. But honestly, you seriously should do whatever you want at this point. Like, just go crazy. I was going to go and get a little bit of white gouache and try to pull back my whites. Here's my gouache, a little gouache tray. There's some white on there. You can't really see it. take a sort of thin, pointy brush. See how I can make that even whiter? These like sort of light, bright spots, even lighter, which makes those beautiful darks pop out even more. Then I'm also going to take a little bit of red gouache. Yep. Red and yellow, maybe orange. Have orange gouache. I'm going to take a little bit of orange gouache. To try and push this back. Yeah, kind of like that. So I could take a little bit of orange gouache in places where I see it. Once you get your kind of basic lights and darks in, you can do all kinds of things to embellish them. Still look really cool. Look at that kind of sweet little bright edge here now. So now you just get to have fun. Oh my God, this might be my favorite class to teach of the whole. I mean, I love everything, but this class is the most fun. Just because you get to do whatever you want. Once you get like your kind of basic, you get your basics, you get your basic drawing in place. It's such a, I'm going back over with more watercolor now. You see, I can get a little bit darker, which makes my pot look a little bit richer. I'm still maintaining my darks, kind of brushing my red into my darks a little bit. I'm absolutely avoiding my whites. Just letting my paper do the work there. See how burnishy and pretty it looks though?
Yeah, looks really nice.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of sketchy, like yours, very sweet, sketchy, quick, but like solid as well on the ground because our drawing is in place. The drawing gets everything. Oh my God, that's so cute.
It's cute.
So,
Right. I'm trying to better mine a little bit.
oh yeah,
It was fun to just do like a 5-minute thing, but
yeah, of course. But
when you better it, you have to do the drawing better.
I think I made this too thick. I'm trying to think if there's a way to fix that. Let's see what I can do. Huh. You see how I can actually, I'm still mixing, I want to kind of make it darker green. So I'm mixing red with my green again, but there's more green and less red. And so that makes a dip. So even though, you know, it's just the balance, still looks super dark. Oh my God, you are the cutest little teapot ever. Yes, thank you. Very cute. How is it going for you guys? Is anybody enjoying this yet?
I kind of am, because it was like a simple thing, like
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? It's these simple domestic things can be really satisfying. I really, you know, I find I never paint still lifes, like ever, except when I'm in class, right? Because they're simple, but they are really delightful. I get why people like them.
yeah.
I'm very curious to see what you guys do. Got like, let's see. Okay, Paul, so keep going over, right? Layering more color on. Maybe use charcoal to go around the edge
Yeah, I'm
of your painting. Use a different color than what the green here to sort of establish your table.
yeah, I'm gonna use a that blue and then green and see how
Yeah.
that goes.
Hmm. Oh, I don't know. Now it gets complicated when I start putting in details. It was nice as a rough
As a
cut.
simple.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a, well, it's okay. See, this is an exercise. You don't care about the final result, right? Who
That's-
cares? Who cares? You're just having fun.
You're right.
You're just playing.
You're,
Just like us. We're just playing.
you're right.
The first half was like drill sergeant. The second half is like, woo! Do whatever you want. Do what you want.
I might finish this thing later, but I think I'm gonna leave you very soon.
Okay. But work on it for just a couple more minutes. I mean, we've just got 20 left. So.
Yeah. Okay. I guess it's fixable. It's fixable.
Oh, Diana, it's darling.
It's great.
Darling. If you want to, you could make it just a slight bit wider here, like down here,
Yeah.
just a little thicker with like a little dark maybe,
Yeah,
and then it's perfect. It's just darling.
it's just a super rough cut. as they
Yes,
say in film.
but sometimes the rough cut is the best cut.
I'll
The more you
work a
get,
little bit on. Yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, the more proficient you get as a painter. So Mariana, you and I have had this conversation because we talk about simplifying, right? So this painting that Diana's done is a very simple painting, but it works because she knows how few lines she needs to create the feeling of depth, right? In simplification, you still need to kind of know where everything is, because it's like, as you get more proficient at drawing and painting, you start to see which lines are the simple ones. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not so easy.
Yeah, that's true too.
Sometimes to simplify is like a super struggle. Mariana is wanting to like get portraits simply and color them with watercolor, which she totally is going to do and do well. But when she asked to do this last year, I was like, oh my God, we have to go through so many things to get there, right? To go there. We think we could start out simple, but we can't.
I'm gonna get a little bit of the darks in.
Yeah, darks always make things nice. And these funny little light areas, they're so cute.
Maybe it's a little bit deeper. Okay, I think I'm done. I just gonna hold this up and then I'm gonna
Let's
leave
see.
it.
Oh, I love it. Here, hold on. I want to add the spotlight. Give me a second. It's cute. It's so cute. I love it.
Thank
Very
you.
cute.
Yeah, it's a quickie, but
It's a quickie, a goodie but a quickie. You're excused from class.
thank you. See you Friday morning.
See you Friday morning, my dear.
Take care.
Yep, you too. Mariana, Paul, how's it going?
Can you send us? Oh, okay, it's back up. You put it down for a second. I was wondering where it went. I'll send you what I have so far.
Sure. You don't have to. I'm just wondering. I'm not trying to rush you. Are you enjoying yourself? That's my
I
question.
just started to, yeah.
Yep. Mariana, how about you? Are you enjoying yourself? Just nod, yes or no.
I don't think she can hear you.
I think she's actually so into it. That means she's really enjoying herself. Oh yeah, it's coming along, my friend. Keep it going. Keep going. See if you can get a little bit more brightness. Go over with another layer of dark here and then another layer of just plain red in the other areas.
Yeah, I think.
I think you need a bigger brush.
You think that's the problem?
I do think that's the problem.
All right. Let's see what I can do. I am using a smaller brush. That's
Use a big brush. Get a bigger brush. Get a brush that's twice the size. Oh, we lost her. We lost you, Mariana.
Yes, I know. I don't know what is going on with my internet.
Okay, good. I think it's the same thing that's going on with mine. It's just hinky because lots of people are on.
they're watching their streaming videos.
Are you having fun, Marianne? Having fun yet?
I was, but at this point, I don't like the color, so
Show it to me. I can help you. Or I can at least tell you what happened.
here it is.
Send it over.
You want
Oh,
me to take a photo?
no. Let me just look at it. Here, hold on. I'm going to add the spotlight so I can see it. Hang on. What do you not like about the colors? Too pink?
It is like purple.
Yeah, because you're using a cool red. You're using vermilion?
Yes, I was using Crimson Red, no vermilion.
Oh, that's the
Vermilion.
problem. You use the wrong red.
Okay.
You want to use vermilion, right? You want to use a warm red. But I like the brushwork. So why don't you go over the top with regular red, with the vermilion? See what happens.
Okay.
Try
Okay.
that. It's beautiful brushwork though. You are natural with the brush, my dear. An absolute natural. I can see it. You're doing some nice blending. So you made the cool red mistake, right? You used the red that was cool and it has a, it will make something that looks more purple,
Okay.
which sometimes we want and sometimes we don't want. Give me just a minute, you guys. I'll be right back. And Mariana, give yourself like a couple minutes at the end where you just, with a big brush, go over with a couple of colors in your background. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be big fat strokes, right? Kind of rolling around.
Oh, I can see how I'm just figuring out how I can blend the edges here.
Ah, good. Never too late to figure that out.
Well,
Do it. You guys have, let's say 5 or 6 minutes left. So,
okay, I'll try my best.
hey, Mariana, is that helping, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Then it
Actually,
looks-
probably looks beautiful. I'm
It's a
betting
little bit better. Thank you.
just a little bit. Well, I'm the only one that's getting a kick out of my teapot right now. Everybody else is like, I don't know. I'm like,
Yours is pretty. Yours is pretty.
yeah, it isn't always, but it is today. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just like, there's something about this class. Oh, yeah, that's even better. I like having a little bit. Do you see how, like, as I'm adding these lines, these hard lines in sort of a pastel pencil, how they kind of layer nicely on top of these soft, not too many, but they create a kind of nice tension between these soft lines in the background, just a little bit of texture difference. So this is strong texture, hard texture. These are soft lines. It's amazing how, like, that combination, you don't really have to do very much to create a feeling of depth. Got to figure out who we're going to draw tomorrow in class. Decided.
What is the blue that you like the most, Leah, that you told us the other day?
What's that?
That you told us you're using a blue that you like a lot.
Oh, ultramarine. It's a warm blue. Oh, turquoise. Turquoise is my favorite blue. If you've got that. It's that kind of greeny blue. I have a little bit of it.
That's the one that you use at the bottom, right?
Yeah, turquoise. All right. I'll hang on a little bit longer. But I do want to see where you guys are at.
Well, I think I have it. It just, wait for it to dry and I'm gonna add the charcoal, but here you go.
Mariana, how'd you get to it? Send a picture.
Waiting for it to dry too.
Shine looks, I like my shine.
Hold on, let me get there. Oh, it looks great. It looks great. Mariana,
Yeah.
is this just paint?
Yes, it just, but you know, I mess it up with the black. So
You should try using, do you have any charcoal?
I don't, I try to use watercolor
Okay.
paint for black, and it was, I don't have a pencil that is fine enough for doing
Okay,
it
it
right.
looks great. I actually think it looks great. Paul, you're getting there. Yeah, you're right. You're starting to get to the blending. You just need to keep going darker everywhere.
Darker, you think?
Well, yeah. Don't you think it looks a little watery?
Yeah, it's probably
You
should,
just need to get more paint on there.
all right.
But,
Send yours, Leah, to see it fine.
oh, you want me to send it? Here,
Yeah, please.
let me send it. So mine really included more than just watercolor. I had not just watercolor, I had gouache, I had charcoal. I used a little bit of pastel pencil. Can you guys see all those things?
Yes.
Yeah,
So it really, if you have anything else, markers, gouache, even a little bit of acrylic, you know, dry pastel chalk, or even like, you know, crayons even, all of these things can add texture to your painting. And I would encourage you to use them because it really does provide kind of an excellent, all the different textures kind of play off the watercolor base. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I like it. I think they're beautiful. I think you guys did really good. Thank you. That was a really fun class.
It was.
And I think you did great with your drawing, your mixing, and your brushwork. And Mariana, you really are a natural with the brush. I gotta tell you, like, it's a pleasure to see.
Thank you.
Yeah. Paul, your drawing is getting so much better. Oh my God, you're improving like a zillion times. It's really exciting to watch.
well, thank you.
Yeah. Great work, you guys. Hopefully I'll see you, some of you tomorrow, some of you on Thursday, Friday, some on Saturday, some on Sunday.
Yeah.
Take
Alrighty.
care.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.